Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hi.
Can't reuse the welcome bit 2 weeks in a row. Too soon.
Jokum.
Gosh, why do you have a shiner?
Because your fucking son hit me in the eye with a goddamn plastic golf club. So, yeah, that's why.
Started young.
I think you know why.
Felt so bad.
Alright. You guys just want to pick right back up in the shack? Little lumber shack?
Yeah, you know, like, you know what happened on Dragon Ball Z yesterday, though, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Dad.
Got cold recruited back into the bureau. You got set up by Rad, sort of, to meet with the councilwoman, Chandra. She gave you some tasks, and as you guys were walking back, a couple of zombies popped up. And
Darakb was at the house with
Yep.
Petros' daughter.
Currently with Kendra at the house.
Who knows?
Yes.
Maybe rolling charisma checks.
You guys had to, oh boy. Oh, I wasn't ready for that one. Oh no, you get back, he's dead. How sad. Terrible.
It looks like he tripped and fell over and landed right inside of her.
He fell down the stairs 17 times.
Pretty bird.
Yikes. Anyway, you guys killed the zombies, and then nobody saw, so you had to, get rid of the bodies. Went to a little lumber shack, started chopping them up. Valan started melting them with acid. Did you do all of them, or
burned one.
just a couple?
I
just did one.
Okay. So
and I used decomposed corpse on one.
Yeah, so that just decomposed corpse basically gets rid of all the meat. So
yeah, it's just bones.
Still bones, still skeleton. The one that Jared acid splashed a bunch is just a puddle. So there's still the other one. You guys, you cut everything up, you got it all finished. After a little vomit. So we'll just pick right back up there. So Rad comes back in after throwing up outside. Oh, it's nasty. It looks like no one saw us, but they could have saw Khan over there. Nobody really.
Right.
I'm over there everyone's throwing up, and I'm over eating a piece of hardtack out of my, my pack.
Like jerky or something.
Yeah. I'm just leaning up against the post, just eating a piece of jerky.
You're just adapted to violence. It doesn't bother you. He'll kind of come back in, close the door behind him, and he'll be like, "All right, let's wrap this shit up. I had a couple pigs back at the farm. They'll take care of this. Let's just get there subtly, and I guess we'd call it a night."
As he says that, I take out a handkerchief and I'm wiping sweat from Valen's head from throwing up.
Holding his hair back,
He looks just like a distressed woman. His hair is all over the place. I'm just wiping the sweat from his face while I'm eating jerky in the other hand.
What does the cart look like? Is it just a wooden barreled cart full of fucking body parts that we're about to drag through the streets?
I don't know. You guys want to try to disguise it, fill it with hay and rugs and stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'd kind of peek out the barn door, knowing we're being people know we're here. You know what I mean? That was obviously a pretty deliberate attack. And I'll go back and hit roll disguise on the cart.
All right, see you. Okay. What do you do? How do you cover it
up? Well, let's say there's a bunch of hay and feed and just some other things in there, and I get it pretty well, good looking, and I look at it and I'm like, why am I still not disguising this? And I puke again and realize that it still fucking reeks. And I'm like, ugh. And I just kind of look around to see like if there's anything I can mask the scent with.
Could use prestidigitation.
Yep, that's where I was gonna go, and then I'll like kind of just look at my hands and like put like a field around it.
You like Febreze it, like
Yeah. It just smells like a bread truck, like fresh baked bread coming off of it. We're walking it down the streets. Because it's pretty early in the morning, right? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
at this point.
it's basically 4 a.m. So you guys have to go from the X on the map over here, pretty much all the way over here.
Yeah, just make it smell like bread, like we're like a bakery. You know what I mean? Like trying to get everything ready for the morning, bringing it somewhere, selling it, whatever.
Are we dumping the bodies in the river or what?
Oh, he's
No,
got pigs at his farm. Yeah, they'll just take care of it. Nasty as that is. Okay, so yeah, we'll say it takes you guys about half an hour to get there. If you're being extra careful, maybe 45, so you're kind of like looking around, a little weirded out. Who does it? Who's the one who dumps it in the pig pen?
I'll do it.
Yeah, man, you work with farm animals.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you may have seen this a time or two before. Might have to get rid of some undesirables on the ranch, you know? But yeah, you guys throw the corpse parts in there, and in their nature, they just start gobbling it up.
Oh, gross.
Brad just does one of these and walks off, doesn't even say anything, just shakes his head, goes towards his house, shuts the door.
I'm like watching this and I'm like disgusted and I feel bad for the animals. Can I prestidigitation them into thinking it tastes good? Like they're like, oh shit, like this is fucking.
You could give it like a lemon zest or something, sure.
Yeah.
Throw some garnish on it.
Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Put some D's on that bitch.
Like, damn, dude, this shit is.
They look at you like, what? No throw up? Come on. Where's the gravy?
Throw up another time into the pen, and then they eat that.
They're like, thanks. A little dry, you know?
Oh.
It's a shame no one has speak with animals.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how I don't have to speak with the animal. I didn't
Dude,
even
look
get
at
it.
Ori back there.
Just
She
vibing.
looks like a cartoon character.
Staring at me, waiting for me to make my next move.
Nope.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do from here? Do you want to try to maybe dig up the body, or you think it's too late? Maybe you want to go back,
What?
rest up?
I think we need to go back, rest up, and also check on Petros' daughter.
Yeah, I think we need to
She's
check on
okay.
Petros' daughter first.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so their house is over here, marked N on the map. So, you know,
Not
20 minutes.
Not far from Harrowstone.
Where are we at right now?
You're right there.
And where is the graveyard?
The graveyard is all the way up there.
Oh, I thought it was R.
Harrowstone?
Harrowstone?
No, Harrowstone is the prison ruins.
Wait, so we had to pass the house to go to here?
That depends which route you guys took.
I mean, I would assume that we had taken this route.
I mean, there's a lot of houses that way.
Oh, so we took the less rural all the way around route?
Yeah, I would assume.
Or the more rural? Okay.
Oh man, that's tough
Yeah,
news from the DM, guys. It's tough news.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a little foresight there.
All right, let's head back to the house.
Yeah, let's get back to the house and make sure everything's alright.
Okay.
Can we like fast travel or anything? Like, can we travel early? Is there...
Whatever, I mean, we'll hand wave it. It's a couple minutes, you guys get there. It's not that big of a town. Kind of know your way around a little bit better now.
I just meant like time wise, you know what I mean? Like if it takes 20
Yeah, of
sprinting
course.
or whatever.
Just like we did. Took the body. Took us 30 minutes in 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was like a hyper cautious kind of pace, you know what I mean? If you guys want to hoof it back, you can. Obviously, maybe 10, 15 tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's really like no one out on the streets that you can see, just passively. Yeah. What do you do when you get to the house?
I enter
Perception
the
check.
home.
There's blood every. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
Yeah, you want to roll perception? Go for it.
Yeah, I want to see if anything's out of the ordinary. We left her alone for a while.
All right. Pretty
Yes,
house.
I'll proceed with him.
I guess I'll proceed with him.
Home sweet home.
I was just gonna say, I'm assuming we're all kind of slowly approaching the house. Got it.
And Darakba's been there. Darakba's been there this whole time, so I'm checking. What's up, Darakba? What's good? What's happening? Wait, that's Darakba.
A little bit prettier of a home.
Did he? Would you just like have him perched on the roof the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he'll see you guys walk up and just fly down and kind of. He's excited to see you. He's like happy, not overly alarmed or anything.
I'd be perceiving.
You do. It's a pretty house.
Oh,
But he
okay.
just. Yeah, I mean, nothing seems out of the ordinary that you can see. Obviously, he'd probably alert you. If you did, he'd be freaking out or bombarding you or something. But he's just like,
Okay.
cuddled up like a. You guys ate without me?
Damn, if he was there, he would have ate them all.
You'd save me an eyeball or nothing.
Yeah, you guys ate without me. That's fucked.
All right, you guys just go in and
Head into the home.
secure up, call it a night. Okay.
I stroll inside.
Make sure Petros' daughter is all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can we get a long rest out of this still?
You'd be all right.
Okay.
So, since it's like a safe place and you guys are in good condition, you don't have to necessarily really worry about like leaving a watch or anything between Drogba and you guys just kind of sleeping lightly. You'll be all right. What we'll do for a long rest is 1 hit die per level. So whatever your like John's D10, so you'd be 2d10 plus 2 plus your con bonus if your con bonus is positive. So go ahead and roll that
What's this for?
to get HP back.
Say that one more time.
2d10s.
2d10 plus your level. No, it's your hit die. Two of your hit die. So you're like
Full
a.
HP.
Let's see.
I'm currently at 18 with a max, or currently at 8 with a max of 18.
Yeah, so you'd be 2d8 plus your level plus your con bonus.
Wait, why am I 2d10 again?
Because your class is a d10.
Oh, it's based off class.
Yeah, you got a baby arms holding an apple between your legs.
Beefy boy. Yeah,
so it would be
10.
10, or why? And it's 2 dice because I'm level 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be
10
12 plus
plus
your
2.
con. What's your con?
It's 15 with it's 2 modifier.
Yeah, so you'd get 14 health back then.
Okay. What's the other 2 from? Not the
Your level.
Also your level.
Okay, so 2 dice, and then so next level would be 3 dice, and then plus 3
Yeah, plus your con.
plus con.
Yep.
Okay.
Only, and
Understood.
that's like when it's safe to do so. If you're like out in the open in the wilderness, it's a different story. It's going to be a lot less because there's stuff you have to do. Yeah, it's really hard to get good rest that way. All right, so Blake, you got 9 plus 2 plus 1.
I mean, it put me back to 18 no matter.
Yeah.
Just with
Just as is. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
you can go ahead and bump that on your sheet.
we're good.
Let's see, Valan,
Not hurt.
you're good. All right, right on.
Same.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't say it before, but obviously I deactivated my shield after combat.
Yeah, I mean it wears off anyway. You get
Yeah.
Only lasts for 2 minutes, I think, currently.
So. Oh, it's the arcane pool that I have to turn off.
Yeah. Well, not really. You have to turn the buff off, but it's the same thing. It goes away after.
Oh yeah, it's still because I only have 2 charges of it a day or whatever. Yeah.
No, but it only lasts once you pop it. It only lasts for a minute per level.
Yeah, it's not like John's where I can take it off and turn it back on and stuff.
Right. And if you were to grab a ranged weapon, we just ran into this in the other campaign too. The pool is not shared. So if you already have it on for your sword, it doesn't count towards like a crossbow. If you had a crossbow, you'd have to pop another charge to make that work. Not that that's probably going to come up, but...
Right. Yeah, that's a coward's move.
How do you guys sleep? Give me a rundown. What do we got?
Is Darakb watching, you said?
I would imagine he's nocturnal.
I don't sleep very well. I'm just thinking about the smell of those corpses. And how, like, we're about to get in the thick of some shit, like, and how 12 years ago we fought ghouls and now we're back together and it's 12 years later. And I remember Rad saying that, you know, he hasn't seen this in 12 years. And it's like, I'm thinking in my head, like, maybe this has something to do with us.
Interesting. Okay.
As we're going to sleep, I'm, you know, enjoying some flay leaf. I'm kind of sitting over in the corner, whittling a piece of wood. I'm just singing a song. Down in the jungles of Eladar, the days are long and the nights are filled with war. And I nod off to sleep.
All right. Widegrowl?
I'm having a little trouble sleeping, thinking about mainly just all the stuff that we have to do. The next day we have to dig up Petros's, but I'm not okay with digging up Petros's body.
Interesting.
It bothered. You know, love that guy. I don't want to defile his corpse. So I'm preparing myself for that.
What are the sleeping quarters like? What is everyone in like a big room? Are we all kind of like?
Yeah, you guys basically got like this giant study. There's like a couple of, there's like a sofa or two, and then, you know, you guys could throw bedrolls on the ground if you wanted to.
Alright, so yeah, I'm like kind of just like staring at the ceiling, like wide awake. I don't know. You just kind of see me like fidgeting and like looking up, just like expressionless and like kind of like tossing and turning. And I just kind of look around and see that everybody's pretty vigilant, like no one's really getting that good of sleep. And I'll just and like lullaby myself because I'm just so like, that's the only way I'm gonna pass out because there's obviously something on my mind, and I just kind of like faintly like go out.
Roll 1d20 for me.
Just Blake?
Yeah, just Blake.
Why didn't that work?
You shout a little bit in your sleep, and like twitch and like kick once, and then just roll over, go back to sleep. Alright. So, you know, several hours pass. We'll say it's like, you know, 10:30 in the morning. You guys wake up, sunlight streaming in through the curtains. Fireplace went out. Just kind of ash. Darakb was asleep once the daylight kind of came on. Let's go ahead.
I wake up before everybody else, and I go to the shower to wash all the vomit out of my hair.
Nice. Good call. You see that Kendra left you guys like cold breakfast in the kitchen, just sitting there. The rest of the house is empty, but there's like oatmeal and eggs and pancakes and stuff in a pan. It could be reheated. Let's do spells and stuff. Just pick what you want. Are you gonna run with the same stuff or?
It's only Jared, right?
Yeah, he's the only one that's prep.
I'm going to.
Got anything against
I'm
them?
yeah. Well, the only thing I have is level 0 spell, so I always have it. I'm gonna switch out Mud Ball for Grease.
Okay. Remember to acid functions like holy water against undead as well.
Yeah, but and then I'm gonna put Corrosive Touch on, and switch it out with my Magic Missile.
Okay. So just mark them on this. You just click the circle next to each one you want.
Oh, so this one, Grease, Shield, Shocking Grasp.
Right on. All right, and then those of you who have.
Wait, I got a question.
Sure.
Why does it say I only have? Oh, I can carry 1 level 1 and then 4 level 2s, so I can carry 5.
No, ignore. I have to fix that. There should only be one of the. That's for like if you had a second spellcasting class.
Okay.
Just
So I can carry 4. I have 4 slots.
You have 4 slots right now. Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that because that's what I was saying there.
Yeah, I forgot to fix that before we did. Okay, so anyone who's got any of the sheaths, which I'm pretty sure all you guys have, if you're gonna put a potion in, do it now. Note it.
Okay.
You know, or a dagger or something if you have a speed sheath
Yeah,
instead.
I was just gonna say I'll probably just load my dagger.
Or a wand.
So how do we mark that? Like if we want to load.
On your sheet itself on the additional page, just go to the additional gear thing at the bottom, and you can just put it there, and then just change it whenever you use it.
Does that work for like vials and holy water and stuff too?
Yeah.
Like it works for potions, right?
Yeah, spring loaded and speed sheath, you can do both. You can
Okay.
use like acid flasks. Not alchemist's fire. I think that's a little bit too big. But wands, scrolls, you need the scroll case for, like the spring loaded one. But effectively same thing. Anything pretty much that's small like that.
Okay.
And which like potions in Pathfinder, this never really came up either. But they're like little beakers. They're not the big ass like flask type things.
Gotcha.
I don't even have a potion.
Lame-o.
No, that wouldn't fit. You'd have to draw that separate.
Me?
Yeah, because it weighs like a pound.
Okay.
I think. Let me double check. Oh yeah, it weighs 2 pounds. No, it's a packet. Never mind. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Cool. I wish I still had the fucking soul grenade.
Yeah. Gentlemen, there's something you're not seeing here. Yeah. Yikes. That'd be pretty rough. So, okay. I mean, there's a general store in town if you want to buy potions later, Josh.
Yeah.
If you even have gold left, I don't know.
I do.
Yeah, so. Okay.
I'm just gonna put it in the notes. Sheath.
So what do we want to do with the day, boys?
We need to go.
Before we get into it, Josh, can I ask you a huge favor? And can I take a picture of Ori? I was just telling someone about her, and I have to get a picture. Okay, cool. The end. Sorry, that was very important.
You're good.
I love that dog. All right.
Oh,
Let's.
We got to do tricks too, Blake. Who you put them in and which?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Can I only do one?
No, you have 3, but you know
That-
two. You know 2, but you have 3 charges.
Okay. Where are those listed at? Just so I know, are they in additional or spells?
They're on additional or the class feature page. I think it's
Oh,
additional.
yeah.
But I didn't put descriptions in for them.
Okay.
I mean, I know what they do.
Yeah.
You guys think we should like go into town and ask around, see if we can get any more information about what's going on?
Yeah, maybe if we ask around, make sure no one heard us last night.
See if anybody has any more information on.
No. You don't know a third one. You have an extra slot, so you get 3 tricks per day.
Oh, so I can choose one twice?
Yeah.
Because I only know 2. Oh. Okay, I got you. Sorry.
Just can't have multiple on one person yet.
I gotcha.
No,
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Nice.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you guys, if you want, when you go into town, we'll do rumor stuff.
Ooh.
So,
I mean, do we have time to? Are we trying to go into town while there's people around to see what people are saying? Because we still have more decoding of this book to do, also.
Yeah. Plus, there's some other knowledge-related stuff. Obviously, you guys might want to look into the prison, maybe a little bit, or the town itself, for that matter. Just let me know what you want to do.
Can I? So, this is like our first full day here outside of the funeral, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll kind of wake up and like look around and try to think about like what I know about this place. Like we kind of just came here for the funeral, and I'll just be like, what, like kind of like your second day in Rome. You're like, all right, like what's going on here? You know what I mean? What's this place all about?
So we only deciphered one of the journal entries,
Yeah.
or just the beginning of it.
You deciphered one of the 11 circled entries. There's 10 more, and then there's like hundreds total.
Okay. So should we just start deciphering the second entry before we go into town?
It's up to you guys. I mean, it could take a little bit of time. It could take a lot of time.
I say we work on the entries, head to town, and maybe by that time it'll be a little bit closer to nighttime, and then we can.
I'm with that plan.
Do what you gotta do. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
We can investigate the prison later.
I think we gotta dig up Petros tonight.
I meant like knowledge-wise, like roll for what you know about the prison.
I got a 14 on local.
Yeah, hang on, I'm trying to find something real quick. But,
that's so funny. We gotta check with our boy. Who's got to speak with the dead?
Nobody. Not yet.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Oh, should we try and find a scroll to speak to dead?
Yeah, that's what we're about to do. Or somebody who can cast it.
Oh, I could like even manipulate somebody into doing it too, like, cause I don't think any of the town. I don't know. This town seems pretty like against that kind of stuff, though. I doubt there's like a necromancer, like a fucking mage or something here. That'd be really weird. It feels like
there is a mage, but probably not a necromancer.
Probably not.
Stupid. I was looking in the wrong section for something else. 1 second. Okay. Alright. So you're looking at Ravengro specifically with the 14?
Yeah.
No, it was built about 200 years ago in support of Harrowstone when it was built. At the time, it was like a political prison where the guys who ruled Canterwall essentially just sent dissidents or enemies, and they started taking on, you know, the riffraff from other counties that was like too dangerous to hold, but they couldn't execute for whatever reason. So serial killers, rapists, cultists, things like that wound up here. And about a little over 60 years ago, you were still alive when this happened. It was like big news. The prison burnt down in the midst of a riot, and most of the staff, most of the prisoners, including the warden, died. And the town has just been here since. You know, it's a little farming village, basically.
So the prison is not functioning right now?
Mm-hmm. Correct. It's just ruins.
Is it even there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not functioning.
It's there. It's not a prison. It's ruins.
Yeah, it's just ruins.
That's what I meant.
It's like allegedly haunted. That's what they say.
Ruins filled with skeletons.
Yeah, we're gonna have to clap some cheeks there, boys.
Yeah. Gonna be some difficult terrain. Some skeletons.
Should we start on this decipher?
Yeah.
As you do, let me have you guys roll perception as well.
Oh boy.
Okay, and some big ones. Alright. So the Alafair's like lost in thought about the town and about Harrowstone and all that, like thinking back long time ago. The rest of you guys, you see Rad, disheveled, pale, just booking it down the street, like headed towards you guys, running up the front steps, like boom, 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 boom.
Come in.
He looks like shit. He's just like, oh man.
Rad, you look like shit.
Yeah. You guys, you gotta come see this. That's a memorial, man. Come on. And he just like takes off running this way towards the memorial itself.
At the memorial at Petros' gravesite?
No. This is Site O on the map. You haven't been there yet. You probably wouldn't know about it. John probably would have seen it. Widegrowl would have seen it one of the other times he's been in the town. But
Harrowstone's the prison.
correct.
Okay.
It's off map, like a mile
I
or
see
two
it
away
south.
from the R, yeah, to the south. And then
Okay.
the cemetery is like a mile or two north.
So it's a memorial for everyone that died in the prison, like even the prisoners and shit? That's kind of weird.
No, it's just staff.
Oh, okay.
Students.
Okay.
This is Ustalev. They don't feel for prisoners here.
So would I know that if there was like a big tragedy or something, or?
Yeah, you probably at least heard of it. You probably never looked too deeply into it, unless you did. I mean, that's up to you. It was such a long time before you were born. It's almost like ancient history. You gotta understand, the other three are old as fuck.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one here.
Yeah.
You're like not even. You're like barely 30 or something, and they're like in their 70s, 80s, and 90s.
I'm
Valen's like in
38
his
now.
30s, you know, but realistically, but as far as actual age lived. So you guys get there and you see it's this big, maybe 10 by 12 tombstone shaped structure. It's like solid granite, about that thick. And it's got
Does it look well taken care of, or is it like kind of?
Interesting you say that. Normally, yes, it's almost entirely polished. Like it has a front polished face to it that the names are etched into. And the grounds are very well manicured. There's no grit, there's no dirt. There's a crowd gathered around the memorial currently. They're all like muttering and whispering and murmuring and stuff. And you four all see, slathered in this dark red substance, starting on the left side of the memorial, a giant handwritten V. And as soon as they realize you're there, the crowd just like stops talking. Like staring
Can I
at you
roll?
guys.
Can I roll? Would I roll local for that V?
You could.
I'll walk up to the crowd and I say, "Don't worry, guys. I'm here to protect you."
Jesus. Make a diplomacy roll. Immediately start whispering and stuff again. Some people snicker and giggle in the back. Alafair, you try to rack your mind. I mean, it could be 100 things. There's probably 15 or 16 guards with V's in their names. There's, could have been an initial, could have been the name of a company or a person or an inmate, a local. Just nothing that strikes a bell. I mean, it could be V for vampire. Just for all you know.
Or V for Valan.
Could it be V for vampire? There's one here.
It's make a sense motive roll.
Oh no. Oh no.
I just imagine Brommus around, like, licking the grass and, like, investigating.
I was gonna say that's coming next.
I was waiting for you guys to do your thing.
You think it's possible, but it's not very likely. Places like this are so insular and so tight-knit that they would notice something amiss. Usually, lone vampires or even small covens probably can't operate unnoticed. They have to take thralls. They have to, set up a den. They need protection. They need, daylight protection. It could happen. I mean, occasionally, some clans or some, covens, they go rogue, but they're usually very swiftly dealt with by, the enforcers of the masquerade.
Scary.
Yeah.
Is there anything else around besides that V?
Just a small smattering of red droplets on the ground in front of it.
Do they go in any direction?
Just trails off right at the base. You want to make a survival roll?
Is it something I can cast tracking mark?
There are no tracks. You want to determine what the substance is, or at least attempt. I mean, it looks like blood, but you might be able to determine more.
I pull out my compass. I pull on the frog's tongue.
Oh, nice.
Just as far back as I can, and let that thing snap like an arrow to the compass.
It
survival check.
The glass fragments tear into your thumb and forefinger as you do that. So that'd be it's an 18, right?
+2 circumstantial.
Oh, so 19. Yep. So you're like, damn. So you're kind of walking in, and Rad's like, it's okay. Give him space to work. He's a former ranger. And you hear people oh, rangers, blah, 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 the gossip picks up at that. As you do your thing, you part the grass and pick up a stick, sniff it. You walk up and you kind of you know that it's rabbit's blood. Definitely. And it's relatively fresh. Less than a few hours old. Would have had to be right before daylight.
Yep, this here, it's rabbit's blood. Had many of them. You guys see a rabbit anywhere?
Make a perception check. Not within at least 50 meters or so. You don't see any. There's no corpses. There's no blood trails or signs of predators or anything like that.
Can I have Darakb fly up and look for it?
Yeah, have him check as well.
I mean, I feel like we should be looking for a dead rabbit.
Yeah, obviously not a lab.
Yeah,
but yeah, he flies around for a good 20 minutes, maybe. It's nothing out of the ordinary that meets that criteria. There's plenty of live ones, tempting. Wants to go dive bomb, catch a couple of them, but
he brings me back a live rabbit. No, Darakb.
It's all mad.
Can I sense motive on the crowd? They're just like sitting there staring at us.
Well, you guys are strangers. Everyone here is permanent resident. It's not that unusual in your experience. Suspicion would naturally fall towards outsiders.
I'm going to ask Rad if he knows any information about what's happened so far.
Clue, brother.
So you've never did any graffiti like this, vandalism?
Nothing. Kids around here are good. It's not like in a city or nothing.
Can I cast read magic on the writing?
You can. Nothing happens.
Doesn't do anything for me? Okay.
It's not. Nothing glows. There's no indication that it's magic. It's just blood. It's like hand scrawled with a finger or something like that.
I think we got to check out the prison.
Can I roll perception and see if like anybody in the crowd's acting different than somebody else?
You too.
Oh.
One of the men from the funeral, are the most vocal, but not one of the ones you encountered at the bar who apologized either, is effectively just staring daggers at you guys.
I roll to see if I notice it.
None too subtly. Yeah, go ahead, roll perception. Pretty memorial.
Yeah.
So I lean over and tell them, say, that man in the crowd staring right at us.
Point to him. He's a little bit older, a bit of a paunch to him, kind of balding. He's got graying but not gray mutton chop sideburns, kind of like that one counselor you guys met at the funeral, who's much friendlier than this fellow. And he's still built. He's like going to fat, but he's still pretty strong, pretty big dude. And yeah, like I said, he's basically staring daggers at you guys. Do you point it out to Rad too, or you just tell the rest of the group?
I tell everybody who's standing up there at the standing with me, rolling checks.
I'm gonna ask Rad if he knows that guy.
Oh yeah, that's Gibbs. Gibbs Venus. He's nice enough, I guess. He fought that war over in Artis, 40 years ago. Folks say he didn't come back right afterwards. Yelling, drinking, throwing shit. He's a rabble rouser, but I don't think he's got any magical ability or anything like that.
Maybe he knows something. I look out to the crowd and I say,
"You there?
You there, Gibbs? We need to speak with you."
Damn.
Fuck, you know my name.
And I look over.
Because I fucked your wife.
Sort of like tries to push his way through the crowd, and immediately like 10 people start like pushing him back. They're like, Gibbs, no. What you fucking say about my wife? You little girly cunt. Get off of me! Get off of me! I wanna... No, let go! Let me just get over here. Say it to my face, you little prick.
I light up the shocking grass and I said I fucked your wife.
He's still just chomping at the bit, like not even a little bit, almost like a mad dog, like not afraid.
So he's like pretty fixated on Valan right now, you could say?
Well, now, yeah, definitively.
Can I roll stealth and try to get behind him into the crowd that's holding him back?
Sure.
While he's doing this, I'm just doing the humping motion in the air.
It's just belligerent, like frothing. It's people are struggling. Brad's like, "Hey, you really need to cut that shit out, man."
So with that roll, I'm assuming I'm good.
Oh yeah, you're full on Assassin's Creed gone.
So I'll emerge into the people holding them back. I'm like, "Yeah, Raz, come on, man, it's fine, dude," and I'll be rifling through his pockets, trying to see if I find anything.
Sleight of hand roll.
Gibbs is his name.
Gib, sorry. Oh, that's not good.
Like struggling, he just elbows you in the face. Take 2 points of non-lethal damage. Oh, fuck.
That was a natural one.
Yeah. He's like impossible to get all. He keeps every time someone lets go, he like moves forward and 4 more people and try to push off. What I say about these foreign fucking wogs? Ah! Just ranting, raving.
Valan, you gotta do something about this.
Yeah, you started this, Valan.
I'm trying to talk
You
to
fucked
this
the
guy.
guy's wife.
Let him go. Let him go.
Oh yeah,
Let him go.
gonna fight me like a man.
Yeah,
Fist fight.
I'm gonna
Alright.
fist fight him.
All right. Roll initiative. Hang on, let me find him.
Knocks Valen's head clean off with one uppercut.
I cast guidance on Valan.
Okay.
Was that a fair fight?
Oh, he's gonna get clapped right here, dude.
Initiative.
Dude's gonna have to go back to sleep after this long rest.
You go first.
I just run up to him and I fucking Superman punch him.
All right. Roll 1d20 minus 4 for unarmed.
It's like a UFC fight right when the whistle blows and they just charge and running me. Like,
Yeah, right. 9. Not gonna do it, I'm afraid, as he slips out of the way laughing. He's just gonna immediately turn and swing back. It's not underscore. Oh! Just like comes back, clocks you right in the jaw.
As he hits me in the jaw, I swing around and throw a spinning back fist.
All right, let's see it.
Yeah, this isn't a good look. Valan fighting a veteran.
Jared's hair is like all in his face.
Yeah, it's all matted and shit.
Wow.
Oh no.
Miss again. All right, he's gonna step
As
in.
you spin around, a tooth flies out of your mouth.
Oof. He goes. You back away as you do it, and he just kind of hits air as he throws a punch again. He throws a left.
I cast shield on myself.
Okay.
It'll stop his attacks, right?
Yeah.
Right after he said, "You're gonna fight me like a man."
Am I close enough?
Immediately cast a spell.
Am I close enough to throw another punch at him while casting shield?
No. And since you're so close, you have to make a concentration roll anyway. See if you can even get it off. Which is on the spell page. Should be in the top left.
What did guidance do for me?
Gave you a
Give you a
plus
+1.
For what?
to the
Everything.
initiative.
Everything. Doesn't it give +1 to everything?
I think it's just one roll in Pathfinder.
Okay.
But it's to everything in that roll, right? Or like in that act, whatever.
When did
Like that turn.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It wouldn't have helped you.
What do I need to do? Roll what kind of set?
Concentration. So if you look on the spell sheet,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Right under Magus 1, up at the top left, under spellcasting, you see concentration.
Magus 1.
To the left.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Good boy, concentrating.
Yeah, he ain't never gonna hit me again.
Get it off.
So what does that put my AC at?
That's +4. It's a buff you can put on.
Jeez.
So, oh, you pussy bitch. It's having a full blown PTSD moment right now too.
Which armor class goes against him?
What do you mean?
Like, is this a touch?
No, it's straight up regular AC.
Oh, he's never fucking hit me again then.
What's your AC now? 19?
19.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's his turn.
My AC's 23 in Baldur's Gate. I still get hit all the time.
Yeah, he just
yeah.
goes boom, like feels it bounce off. He's like, proper little bitch. That's what you think a fair fight is? I'll fucking kill you. Your turn.
You can try, and if you don't want to make it a fair fight, then you're really gonna get fucked up. And then I just fucking try and hit him with a right in his jaw.
All right. He's gonna sidestep it, and as he does, he reaches into his belt and he pulls out a war razor, flicks it open.
Wow. Who's the pussy bitch now?
You started it.
He's
pulling it. He's because I casted shield. I'm still fighting.
You casted a spell.
All right.
I'm also retarded because he is trained in unarmed strike. Whatever. I'll let it roll though, because the shield. But yeah, he's like interspersed now, like one hand behind him, holding the razor in his right, like low crouch. He knows what the fuck he's doing at least. Anybody gotta step in and try to stop this? Or
I draw my bow and I step in. I say, all right, take it easy, step back. And Darakb stands beside me too.
I was gonna
and
let
is like
rock.
full on like caught up.
I was just watching, like eating popcorn.
As he says that, I cast grease on his feet.
all right. What's his reflex? It's 2. I think he saves. He laughs. He's like, "Seen that trick before, pretty boy."
All right. As Jared does that, I put my bow away and back up. I say, all right, Balin, this is your fight. Good luck.
As he says the pretty boy comment, Rad calmly walks up from the side and just knocks him out.
Damn.
I guess we're not talking to him.
The one guy that had information that was glaring at us in the
just
crowd
drops down and he's like, all right, nothing to see here. I'm taking him to the drunk tank. Get out of the fucking way, gets people up. It's like, you know what happens, he's chewing his cups. I can smell the whiskey on him from here. Back the fuck up or you're gonna have me and the sheriff to deal with.
I'm talking to the crowd and telling them sorry. yesterday he tried to fight me. I got upset. Like, I'm trying to explain myself. Like, trying to, like, you know, calm them down and be like, I'm not such a bad guy type thing.
Some of them are like, yeah, he's a bully about Gibbs, and some of them are like, yeah, but he's a fucking cheat. Yeah, like heavily divided. It's probably a good idea to get out of there.
Can we bring Gib with us?
Rad's gonna take him to the jail, basically.
Alright, we'll follow him there. Or that at least I will.
Well, it's gonna be like several hours till he sobers up and is conscious and can speak.
Great.
Yes. Rad's a 5th level brawler, so that punch hurt a lot.
Let's drop him off with the tank, make it into town, you know, check on some rumors, hit up the general store.
Yeah.
Get prepped.
Sorry, guys.
Get prepped for tonight. Look over at Valan. I'm like, Valan, what's up? Yeah. Where'd that ego come from, dude?
I don't know what came over me, guys, but that guy pissed me off.
I pick up his fist and I look at it and I say, "What's gotten into you?"
I just am telling them I'm sorry, guys, and that guy really pissed. I don't like that guy for some reason. I just had to do something about it.
It's all right. We'll get some words out of him later when he sobers up. Let's head into town.
All right. Where you guys want to go?
I want to go to the general store, but I also want to talk to locals and see if we can like hear any rumors or.
He hit me for 3 points, right?
Yeah. And Blake for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a post office here?
There is. It's by the train station.
I want to stop by the post office to see if there's any letters for me. Maybe from Pablo.
Are you all going together?
Yeah, I'll go with him to town.
I'll go to the store.
Yeah, I'm
then
going
I think
with
I'm
him.
going to sneak around and just kind of hear what I hear.
Okay. Hey, let me find the rumors page real quick. Jesus, there's a lot of pages in this fucking book, man. Okay. All right there. So, the post office is over at the train station all the way down here in the corner. That's probably the most out of the way. The stores are like over this way. So you want to hit that first?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing there for Brommus or for the rest of you guys other than one of the attendants is like, Mr. Iager, the package came in for you. Sign here, please. And, kind of hands you one of the forms. And it's, the first is, it's a green, it's pretty well worn, like travel worn. It's like a faded, maybe it used to be lime green sort of, travel trunk. It's one of those like segmented ones that flips open.
Mm-hmm.
It's about Brommus's size. And then the second package, he reaches behind the counter and he pulls out it's a like a vellum envelope about the size of a folder, and it's got like a wax seal and it's signed. And the return address is listed as, Iager Town, but you don't remember anybody. It's not like you asked for anything or had anything coming your way before.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, girl. What do you got there?
I don't know. I'm gonna open up the envelope.
You pop the seal, pull the string. Inside, as you like fish it open. Oops. Hang on one second. There we go. Okay. Inside, you see a bunch of papers, like a whole slew of them. The first that catch your eye are essentially passports and like tariff documents listed under the name Vladimir Emerald, and there's an obvious picture of Valan on the ID next to it. It has a paper trail that essentially says he left Keonan, went to the Five Kings Mountains, and then from there came to Caliphus on a merchant ship with luggage, etc. And it's like passport data, import export data, that sort of thing. It's like fake papers for Valan. Behind that, you see a stipend voucher for 100 gold pieces from Cornelius Brothers Beef Emporium, which you remember from dealing with Petros and dealing with the Bureau. That's one of their front companies. They got to move stuff around. It's like it's a voucher, so you got to go to the bank. There's a bank in town. It's called the Silk Purse, but you should be able to, go in and redeem it whenever.
Okay. I'll open up the chest now. Let me give Valan those papers, or Mr. Emerald his papers.
He's got
do I know that these papers were from back whenever in the day, or is this?
No, they're like falsified, like to give you because you're here illegally. Basically, you entered the country, like you snuck over the border.
Oh. So if anybody ever asked for my papers, then I got real ones.
Yeah.
And I'm Vladimir Emerald.
Technically, you're a fugitive in Keonan.
Why am I a fugitive?
Starting fights with strangers in the middle of
what?
In the middle of giant crowds.
No, because the Andaral family like cooed your family. And
you're right.
So you're like a threat to the throne.
Yeah,
basically.
on paper you're a exactly. Yeah, on paper you're like a recidivist and a dangerous terrorist or something, and they couldn't get to you because you were in the Lantern Bearers, because that's like an organization into itself.
You're Osama bin Laden's kid.
Yeah.
Really?
How did they know that he?
Are my parents dead?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Part of you wants to think not, but it would make sense. But you don't know for sure.
Yeah, that guy's getting the fucking sword.
As he should.
Alright, so I give the papers to Valan. I'm like, here you go, Mr. Emerald. Looks like this was for you.
Thank you. These finally came back. It takes so long.
Is it Vladimir or Vladimir?
It's Vladimir.
And then I'll open the chest.
Are you sure you want to do that in the open? Like I said, it's big. It's as big as Brommus, who is a 4-foot-tall man.
Who else is in the post office?
About as broad, too. I mean, there's people, like, sending stuff.
Alright, I'll hoist it on my shoulder and
just take it back to the house or something.
Yeah.
Right before we leave, I'm like, are you sure there's not a letter for me from Pablo? Pablo?
I can check, sure.
Name's Greenlung, Brommus Greenlung.
Just goes into the back, doesn't come back out. Wait about 5 minutes, you realize he's not coming back.
I look at Widegrowl and I said, I don't know if he ever got my letter. I don't know how much I love him. The way he made me feel.
I just kind of put my arm over Brommus. I'm like, he's a busy guy. He got that promotion. He's got a lot going on. Just give it time. He'll write you a letter, buddy.
Dear Stan. Alright, do you want to take the trunk back to the house, or do you want to lug it around with you while you guys go shopping?
I'll just lug it around with me.
Okay.
I mean, we're pretty close to Petros' house.
I'll see.
Oh,
I'll take it back to the house because I need to rest before tonight in case things happen.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take it back. I thought we were further away from the house, but it's
I'm gonna stay at the house with the chest.
Okay. I mean, you guys. All right. Well, so we'll cutscene this real quick as you guys get there. So you walk up on the porch and you see Kendra is in the sitting room with Councilwoman Faravan, with Chandra, your handler. They're like having tea and talking. So as you guys walk up, she kind of gives you the nod, and after a couple minutes, Kendra makes polite goodbyes. She kind of like gets up and leaves. And it's like right across the hall from the study where you guys sit. And Chandra will walk over and like politely just be like, "So, starting fights with war veterans. Subtle. I take it you've seen the memorial. I have to ask. I'm sure I know the answer already, but that wasn't you, right?"
Of course not.
I did fight him though.
Just like about to like breathe a sigh of relief, and then she's like, "God damn it." Well, all right. Whatever the hell this latest development is, it certainly complicates things for us. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this now. Ravengro is insular, and suspicion. They're already looking at you. They can't help themselves. You need to be subtler.
Well, I'm
not here to lecture. That's not why I came. Don't worry.
I told him I fucked his wife.
Oh, Jesus. God almighty. Tell me you didn't kill him. He's alive at least. No one saw you kill him, right?
No, he's back at the
when she says that, I'll kind of like look at Valan. Yeah, did anyone see?
As that happens, Valan, almost behind you, you hear like and it stops.
I think in my head, like, man, he must have rocked my shit like way more than I thought he did. And I go lay down on the couch of the study.
The way I envision Valan right now, he looks like the same way Jared does after like a morning vacation, like where we did something that was like 4 hours at Disney. Jared takes a seat. He's just like takes his shoes off. And you can tell he's not going anywhere.
She's like walking around, like pinching the bridge of her nose, like, oh god, okay, all right, we'll see if we can repair the damage then. Just like, do you have an order or a plan of some kind for how you're going to go about things? I mean, obviously, daylight operations are out of the question, at least for the moment.
Hey, you don't worry about that. We'll handle the operation side.
It's my job to worry about that. It's my job to coordinate. That's why I'm here. Get you what you need to get access, get materials. I see you got the package already. She kind of gestures at the trunk. Well, while this is going on, Brommus, go ahead and roll heal. See if you can fix Valen's nose real quick. If you just you just
fixes it, but it's crooked.
You over torque it goes the wrong way. Like, roll again.
Like, let me show you something that Pablo taught me. We were one-on-one, just me and him.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
I stand in front of him. I put my hands on his nose like this.
I just start saying, ha 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 ha.
And I just say, yes, Daddy.
All right, you.
My hands pull back for a second, but then like lock onto his face.
Yeah,
and
just
like my mind goes all the way back to when Pablo healed me in front of that trench.
Oh no!
And it's just like euphoria.
All right. Well, you heal 2 points of non-lethal damage. Chandra's obviously like, what the fuck?
It's like, who the fuck are these?
Oh my god, this is
God,
what they
who did
this is what
Petros
they stuck me
recruit?
with. Yeah, like Jesus Christ. All right. Do you at least know? Are you going to try to secure permission to exhume the body from her, from the priest, or are you just going to just do it?
I think the plan is to just do it.
Yeah, I didn't know
Alright,
asking for permission was an option, so we're just gonna do it.
Alright, that's what I expected. Okay. Right, I'll leave you gentlemen to it. Just, how about we powwow tomorrow? Please don't kill anybody. And she'll just kind of like walk out.
Oh, before you go,
What if they're undead?
Don't let anyone see the bodies.
does the letter V mean anything important to you?
Not from the memorial. No, but I'll look into it. You should too. Use the resources at your disposal, and she like gestures around the library. I'm not from here, truly. I moved here 7 years ago from Lepidstadt after Lorrimor did. I was supposed to be his point of contact. I'll see what I can do. Godspeed. She just walks out the front door.
I just lay down and start resting. I'm gonna get a long rest in.
I'm gonna open up the trunk, see what's inside.
Oh, all right. So, like I said, it's one of those fold-out travel trunks. It splits into like 3 pieces. Inside, you find the following. There are 4 pairs of handcuffs and 4 keys. 150 feet of rope. 2 potions of cure moderate wounds, labeled as such. 1 potion of protection from evil. 2 flasks of alchemist fire. 1 acid flask. 1 flask of acid neutralizer. 4 padlocks with 4 keys. 10 foot of chain. 1 spyglass. 4 notebooks, quills, ink, charcoal, pencils, full 9. 2 doses of Rager's Aid. 1 healer's kit with 10 charges, and 4 daggers.
Damn. I look right at the spyglass and I pick it up and I say, well, this has got to be for me, right?
I'm asleep while they're looking at this.
Do we have like a do we have a list of everything that's in there that we can put in general?
Yeah.
Is it clear that those 4 keys match the 4 handcuffs?
Yeah, everything is like paired with itself.
Okay.
4 keys, 4 handcuffs, and I look around at the 4 of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming everybody gets one.
Like, what do you guys think Petros was into?
What's the Rager's Aid?
Effectively, what it does is you take it, and it staves off the effect of fatigue for a set amount of time, as if it wasn't going to happen, and then it hits you all at once, so you're exhausted afterwards.
Okay.
But, like, say your blood rage is about to run out, and you're still in a fight, you pop that, stops you from being fatigued, and then by the time the fight's over with, you're exhausted, but the threat's dealt with.
Okay.
Or anything else that causes fatigue. Flayleaf, shit like that. Yeah.
Okay, so it just
It's like a stimulant.
prolong.
Yeah.
Okay, stops fatigue from happening. If I'm already fatigued and I use it, will it stop exhaustion?
It won't stop exhaustion, but it'll stave off.
Oh yeah, that's
fatigue till longer, and then it'll hit you all at once.
Okay. I say we try to. What time is it?
It's like 11 or 11:30, 12 in like basically noon.
And should we start deciphering?
Yeah, what is the 4 handcuffs, 4 padlocks, 4 daggers?
each supposed to have one. Does that seem right? Hello, group?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Should we
And then
spread
same with the notebooks.
Yeah, should we spread all that stuff out?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's divvy everything up.
Valen wakes up. What was in the trunk? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We all have cool daggers. I've got 2 daggers.
Yeah, what's
like
up
a
with
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle spinning around with fingers?
What is up with the daggers, actually?
Well, they're just like unmarked, unordinary, or
Almost like
rather
ceremonial.
They're like totally normal like they're just come from anywhere.
Like survival daggers. Like
yeah, it's not like this unit in the army would have had these, or this guard uses this, or whatever. They're just fucking daggers.
Daggers to use.
Wouldn't be something that someone would normally be able to track down. If you had to do something with it.
Oh, so like a burner.
Yeah, pretty much. A little throwaway.
So I say we either decipher or go to town and ask around.
You could do both.
Let's do both. Yeah.
Both?
Could split. It depends. So if you guys are gonna roll to decipher first, whoever successfully hits the roll and or aids successfully has to stay the entire duration. Or you guys can go to town first and then try it afterwards. It's probably only like a 1-hour trip to go shopping and do the rumor stuff. So it's up to you.
Alright, so maybe we should just go to town real quick and then come back.
Do the decipher.
Relax. You know, maybe Widegrowl can put the apron on and cook up some dinner for us before our big night. Yeah.
Are we digging up that body tonight?
I think so.
I'm sleeping through whatever you guys do, so I can get a nice resting because I know we got some mischief to do tonight.
Someone's holding on to the healer's kit.
Probably
obviously.
The only one that has heal as a skill, I think, is you. So.
All right, look around like John Travolta in that meme, like. I guess I take it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So are we dividing everything up first?
I'd say so.
Who wants what?
I took one piece of everything that there's a 4 of.
Yeah,
and,
same.
In the healer's kit.
Okay, I mean, you guys can also leave like it's sort of intended that you take stuff as you need it. So you could leave the rope, you could leave the chain.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're like, okay, so we're going. I mean, you might take it with you at night. You're not gonna take it with you into town.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I gotcha. Well, yeah, I'll just I won't even take anything with me. I'll just leave it all in the crate. But I'll definitely want one of the acids and one of the alchemy fires.
All right. You gonna take the neutralizer too for the acid?
If everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool, dude. Like interrogate someone, like make them drink it, and then be like, "I have the antidote." Like,
I don't think it works like that. I think if you pour it on them and then put the neutralizer on it, they might live. I think if they drink it, they die no matter what.
Or even just like Chinese water, torturing them with the acid, and then be like, "I got this."
Acid neutralizer.
It's amazing how fast you fall back into the bureau mentality, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to go buy while you're at the general?
I just want to see what's there, and then see if we can get any rumors from town.
Same list as before. Should still be general. And then as far as rumor goes, one at a time.
The list from previous?
Yeah. I think I reposted it on August 16th. Right above the character recaps. And then roll each person who is in town and wants to do the rumor thing. Roll 1d10.
The music I've going is so spooky.
The only one gonna do the rumor thing, Blake?
Sorry, I was looking at the list. What's the roll?
1d10. Seven.
Valen said he's sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sleeping.
Alright, then I'll help.
Oh, I don't think it's a hell. I think
It's
it's
not
just
an
we're
hit.
gonna
You guys are just, like,
we're gonna
catching-
hear individual rumors.
Yeah, catching what you hear and stuff.
Yeah, I'll check what the scuttlebutt is.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy a potion of cure light wounds.
All right. Just mark it on your sheet. That's what, 50?
Yeah.
Do you want to put it in the wrist sheath if you have one too?
That's my plan, yes, sir.
Gotcha. All right, so Alafair, we'll do yours first. So you catch enough wind as you're like walking around the main strip in town, like coincidentally where you guys, killed the zombies the night before, and no one seems the wiser. You hear talk that Jominda Fallenbridge, who's like the herbalist and alchemist in town, she does a little more than brew potions. She brews drugs and poisons and all kinds of other things.
Ooh.
Sells them through agents in others' towns. Why else would the sheriff be so interested in her?
Am I by myself walking around town?
Well, you guys are all
Like-
all the shops are here in the square.
Where's she?
H.
And we're here?
General store
We're at F.
is F. You're like right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go there. I'll just kind of like slip away from the group. I'm assuming we're all kind of like doing our own things, and I'll go pay her a visit.
Okay. I mean, you met her at the funeral. She was one of the people in the party.
Yeah, but like in her actual, is it a store? Is it like a?
Yeah, it's like an apothecary store.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk in.
Yeah, bell rings and she looks up. There's some people milling around in there, and she's just like, "Oh hi, Mr. Sapphire, was it?"
Sapphire. Yes, and then I kind of like bow.
Yes. Well, come in. A friend of Professor Lorrimor's a friend of mine.
I'll kind of like walk in the shop and like look up on what she's got like on display and everything. What do I see in there?
Just generic, chemical herbs and ingredients. I don't have the list in front of me, but it's all your standard stuff. Whatever you can find on the alchemical list. It's like basic stuff to make potions, flash powders, that sort of, like, those kinds of things.
Do I see anything that would indicate from my background that there's like any criminal activity going on here, that she's selling stuff like under the table? Like any signs anywhere? Or...
Yeah, roll
like, like the hubcap on the light post.
right. Yeah, roll local.
Oh my god. How, dude?
I was looking at something, you shitter.
No, I'm saying how me. Like how with a +5 I get.
Quit changing the page back. I'm gonna fucking slap you.
Oh, on there.
Oh, God. No, I mean, as far as you can tell, you don't have craft alchemy or anything. You could roll Arcana too, but just from a cursory look, I mean, it looks like in the back, in the open in this place, there's like a workbench, and it's got all the stuff you would expect, all the trappings, you know, the beakers, the flasks, mortar and pestle, the scales and such, and there's pretty run-of-the-mill herbs and stuff set up around it. Looks like she just makes the goods in-house and sometimes on the spot for customers, but there's nothing here that would indicate any kind of organized crime or anything, at least off from what you see. Not right away.
Oh man. All right. So I'll just kind of like walk up and like put an arm on the desk and ask to see her list of wares that she has for sale.
Have fun.
Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Seems like an alchemy shop. I mean, rumors are rumors. They might be true. They might be partially true. They might not be.
I'll kind of like look over the list and like shake my head and go, like put it and slide it across and be like, do you have anything maybe not on display in the back? And then can I like sense motive to see her response to me asking that?
Yeah. Go ahead. She's pretty indignant at the suggestion. Like, ugh! Something under her breath about out-of-towners. You little rat. Frick. She seems pretty pissed off. Pretty genuine, as far as you can tell.
I'll like put both my hands on the table like under my chin and be like, come on, you sure? And I'll cast Charm Person.
Oh boy. I think the DC is 14, is it? Let me see, 13 or 14? Yeah, see if she notices. Nope. Again, just indignant, like, because of your association with the professor, I'll let you leave. And I won't call the sheriff. How dare you?
Oh, come on.
You strangers.
Yeah, I'll just like on the counter and be like, all right. And I'll like turn around and leave.
Okay.
Damn, that's not cool.
It's not. Rumors.
Gotta make everyone in this town hate us.
Yeah.
That's only day 2.
I was just trying to buy some cool stuff.
Okay. Brommus, you pick up, some people, like kids, gossiping that, they say that the executioner of Harrowstone still guards the balcony on the western side of the prison. Some nights, they could see his scythe patrolling the balcony on its own, as if it's carried by an invisible spirit. And Widegrowl, you, as you're walking around, this takes place over the course of like an hour or so. It's just like bits and pieces of conversation you hear. That, stories of Harrowstone is haunted are just that. They're just stories. I mean, the ruins are dangerous, of course. There's critters and stuff that live in there, but, what folks think are ghosts really are just like vermin,
Okay.
Well, at least what you hear. Where is she? You just go shake people down. All right. Do you guys want to go back to the house then? Attempt a journal entry.
Did I get a long rest while they were gone?
They were only gone for an hour. I'd say probably the duration of what it's going to take to decode the journal will count as well. Or until 8 hours have passed in total. So it's only been like 1 or 2.
Alright.
Hang on. I gotta write down the trust score.
The trust score?
Yes, the don't run me out of town with pitchfork score.
Yeah, we're slowly basically making this town hostile against us. And eventually, like, in order to get done what we need to get done, we're just gonna have to fight everybody. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Against 100 people.
That was not my intention. I thought I was gonna get some cool stuff out of the back room of this place.
Maybe you low rolled, maybe you didn't.
Like in Baldur's Gate 3 when you loot someone's body. Like
Yeah, like right in front of everyone. Like, oh my god! Like,
Just
like, yo, what
it's
are you
so funny,
doing?
dude. I have another group of friends that are playing that have never played D&D before that are playing Baldur's Gate, and they're like, yeah, like, you know, it's a video game. Like, I killed someone, I loot them, and they're like, the entire town's like, what? Just looting a dead body in front of all of us. He's like, I had to restart my save because I just grabbed a shovel up out of someone's box next to him. Like, yeah, dude, you're stealing that man's shovel. Can't be doing that.
Stop. You violated the law.
Valan, while we're at it, just go ahead and do the HP roll for the long rest anyway.
So slash roll. What is it? 1 or 2d8?
Yeah, you're 2d8.
Plus
It
2.
just be plus 2.
Minus 1.
No. You only add your con if it's positive.
Like, was there no speak with dead?
At the alchemist place? Probably not. I don't know. Hang on. I forgot you asked about that, so.
I'm looking at it right now. That was like the first thing I looked for.
Okay.
There is. Wait. Oh, never mind.
It's not on the general list, but I mean, if you really had to, you could probably buy one from the church. I don't know if you guys could afford it. It's what, a level 3? Be cleric 3, so. Third.
You might not even be able to cast it until we hit 3.
You probably would not be able to even add 3. It's really difficult to cast spells from scrolls that are not on your list. It's like a DC 20 UMD or something. I mean, you could sit and try it till it happens. It could take a while, but each time you fail, you might burn the scroll by accident. But it'd be. I'm sure they have one at the church at the Pharasman church here, but it'd be $375.
Oof. We gotta start looting, boys.
We'll hand wave too and say you guys went to the Silk Purse Bank and cashed in that 100 G's while you were there. 100 gold, not 100,000. So okay, back at the house then. All right, so Valen's healed up. You guys remember basically how to do the journal rolls is essentially what we're going to do is relevant ability for each of you. Whoever hits, that's the base.
Well,
everyone who hits beyond that, you shave a set amount of hours off, 1 hour off the research time.
Do I have to sleep through this to get all my stuff back?
I'd say no. Oh, you're right. You're just like pretty low key. You're probably just like posted up 2 feet on the couch, fucking like looking through it. So, all right. The rolls are local for Alafair. History for Brommus, Arcana for Valan, and Planes or Arcana for Widegrowl.
Woo!
Right. Got a hit. Got 2 hits. Roll 1d12.
Me?
Anybody, it doesn't matter.
One of the 2 hitters.
Okay, so it takes guys about an hour.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Go ahead.
The low roll. The low roll is a good roll on this one.
No, the high roll. It was the.
Oh, the high roll?
Yeah, so basically, in that instance, it was DC 16. Jared hit, and then because Alafair hit 2, it shaved an hour off. So, nice. Yeah, Jared, go ahead, roll 1d10. Or 1d20. Sorry. Alright. Oh boy. Spice. Spice. I'm going to post this in general. I'd say, Jared, go ahead and you're going to be the one to read it first.
Allowed for the class.
Make sure I'm not accidentally pasting one of the other ones in too. It's got the entry name after the year. I'll put that on the one from before too.
"12 years ago. May Pharasma forgive me because no one else will. The ritual was a success, the fragment release, not without a cost. Even with the Mesmer's assistance," and I wink at Alafair, "I was nearly consumed by the draw of it. Were it not for the other 3 beating back the interlopers, we would have all perished. Stranger still the timing. No one outside the 4 of us knew it was going to take place, and no one but myself knew when and where. Yet the train was set upon by cultists, fanatics, madmen. At the precise moment we traveled away from the ley line and the protection it carried. This was no mere robbery, no simple ambush, sophisticated, well-financed, and nearly successful. Were it not for the 4 of them, all of Canterwall may have perished, perhaps all of Ustalav. Who were these assailants? What were they truly after? The one armored in bone was obviously a necromancer, but what possible reason would there be for pale imitations of Nesca's talons have to work together? One has to wonder what Nesca's role in this was from the beginning, to begin with. I'll put Adivion on getting to the bottom of this. He can be aloof, I know, but there's no one better at hounding out the truth. He has grown a great deal under my tutelage, surpassing every expectation, old friend. He'll make an excellent success one day. All that potential was finally realized. You would be proud had you any capability left for it. We will figure out the motives behind this attack, and we will bring the perpetrators to justice. For the innocent people of Clover's Crossing, I swear on my life."
Hey, he's talking about us, boys.
Mm-hmm.
We in there.
Who's his successor?
Who's the Divion?
Deviant.
Oh, the Deviant. Well, we got to go talk to a Deviant.
Yeah.
Guys, since that only took an hour, You could try for other ones too.
Yeah,
try
of
for
course.
others.
Yeah, like let's read more.
Bang it
Don't
out.
forget we have to dig up a
Deep.
body.
Yeah, you got. It's only like
Well,
2 p.m. right now, so
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Let's
we
keep
were
going.
waiting for the sun to go down anyway. So same roll.
yeah, same thing.
Oh boy.
we gotta speak to a deviant about that though.
Oh,
Oh,
Shoot, my bad.
all right. Widegrowl, roll 1d12. Okay, so it's gonna take 3 more hours. Go ahead and roll 1d20, reroll 3s and 4s.
One d20 rerolls 3s and 4s.
Yeah, each of the entries is doubled. So like 1 and 2
Okay.
is the same entry, so on and so forth. 3 and 4 was what you guys just hit on. So 8, 9.
oh, this is saying which part of the journal we're deciphering.
Yeah. So hang on. Interesting. This is a spicy one.
Oh boy. Hit the flayleaf for this one.
Okay. There's actually a second part to this. We'll get to it when you get there. John, you're up.
6 years ago, monument. Oh gods, I've stumbled on yet another one of my myriad sins. I found something of his in the ruins of Harrowstone. Something sacred. He's lost to me now. Tripes?
Traipsing.
Traipsing? Traipsing about the Tanglebriar, surrounded by demons. I've located a sergeant, and he assures me the boy is as safe as anyone can be in the bearers. I get the sense that this one cares for his men, but I couldn't take the chance. I had to be sure he'd protect him. Slinging around greater curses like that led to this situation in the first place. The irony of using one to compel the Theracles does not escape me, but needs must.
Whoa.
Looks like you had a...
Directly beneath that is another few paragraphs written entirely in Elvish.
I'd like to read that paragraph.
What was that in reference to? Am I just airheading it?
He's talking about Jared.
There, yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
But... oh. Something of Valan's is in Harrowstone. Am I reading that right?
They can't read this. I'm gonna have to read it to them.
It's up to you. Yeah.
I'm gonna read it to him. He left me a message, boys.
Okay.
Valan, dear boy, I've made a great many mistakes in my lifetime, most of which could have been avoided. Among the worst of them was Among the worst of them was one committed with the best intentions. I found it by mistake, and I failed my duty to protect you, son. But maybe I can make up for it. There is something of yours sealed within the ruins of a place called Harrowstone Prison in Ravengro. When you find it, there will be no doubt. It's the reason I left Lapidstow after my forced retirement. To right an old wrong, and to look after your well-being. I couldn't bring myself to set it free, or destroy it. That choice falls to you and you alone. Consider it my final lesson to you, my greatest student. I start crying when I read that.
Okay, that's kind of fucked up.
Great power always comes with a cost. The choice then falls to you. It isn't all bad. Were it not for this discovery, events may not have been set in motion, and we'd be having this conversation in the boneyard. Is the boneyard like?
It's the place that all souls go to await final judgment before you go to whatever heaven, hell, or worse places. Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, boys, the first passage is also talking about me. I was in the Lantern Bearers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
you were under protection of this other guy.
Yeah, which I thought was my homeboy, but I guess he was just protecting me.
Well, he may not have had a choice.
Yeah.
So Petros pretty much used magic to compel this guy to protect him.
What you gather? Anyone who wants to can roll Arcana at the mention of greater curses.
Jesus
Christ.
I want to roll that. I'm worthless tonight, man.
It's okay, buddy. You're worthless every night.
That's true.
Brommus the only one that actually knows.
I can barely even read.
It's like such an obscure piece of magic. Okay. Effectively, a genuine curse spell, Brommus, is a conditional bargain, may or may not be willing, that gets placed on someone, that failing to live up to the condition usually results in extremely painful consequences. Not necessarily death, but generally speaking, to break an actual greater curse might as well be a death sentence for all the bad things that it'll rain down on you. And that the compulsion is generally so strong that you wouldn't, even if you could.
Does anybody know what this greater curse means?
Yeah, I just shared it with you.
Okay.
Everything that Chase told me.
Okay. Well, my whole life's a lie, and now we have to go to Harrowstone prison.
Well, I wouldn't say whole. He was protecting you, and he wanted to make sure that you were protected. And he didn't want to leave it to choice.
No, I love Theracules, and I watched him die before me to those skin faces.
Fuck.
And I will have my vengeance.
What do you think it is in Harrowstone prison?
No clue. It must be important, though. If Petros had something to do with it, you know it's important. And it seems like he's really alluding to the fact of it's something that could give me great power, but also not good for me. And I'll have to make a choice about it.
What time is it right now?
5, maybe 6. Probably 5.
Should we?
I say we eat dinner and then we head to the grade site.
I'll say that we try to decode again and wait till nightfall and then go to the prison, because you don't want people to see us going there.
You want to dig up the body or go to the prison? You guys decide for yourselves what I'm saying. You should definitively. This is the last time I'll do this entire campaign too. You gotta live with what you do, but you should definitely wait until it's way after dark.
Yeah.
to go
To go to the
tiptoeing through
abandoned
a
haunted
grave
prison.
to a grave site or a prison or something. Yeah.
So did Councilwoman Chandra basically tell us last episode that we should dig up the body?
Yeah, she said there's two main tasks, and it's up to you guys how you go about doing it. Essentially, is to investigate the Restlands cemetery and check on the body because no one from the bureau put eyes on it. Not that she doesn't trust Rad, but no one, like, these local podunk dumbass sheriffs don't know any better.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, like, Rad kind of knows who Petros was, but not really, and the real sheriff doesn't actually know. And then also to map and check on the perimeter of Harrowstone, because you don't know what's inside. No one knows what's inside. And if something happened to Petros out there, the last thing you want to do is just run in blind.
I think we should go to the grave site, boys.
Let's decipher another first.
Yeah.
And
We got
let's
time.
decipher another one, and then let's go to the grave site later tonight. What do you guys think?
Dig up
I
that
agree.
body.
Coffin flop TV.
There's no way all these bodies keep falling out of these coffins.
Open.
All right, let's try and decipher another one.
Okay, we got a hit.
So then roll a 1d12.
15. Yep, go ahead and roll 1d12.
Oh.
I'll say it's +4 for using the library. Yeah. What did we say it was when you started?
Like 5 or 6.
Well, I think I said 4 or 5, right?
Sure.
So 5, 7. Yeah, we'll say it was about 9 hours for this one. I roll 1d20. 7. Aha. All right. And that'll definitely be the last one for today.
We're about to dig up a body, boy.
Now it's 2 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect corpse digging time. All right. 10 years ago, the good Count. Much to my surprise, the good Count Nesca was uninvolved in the plot. His capacity for deception runs deep, as you know, but I assure you, no one could withstand torture such as that and hold their tongue.
So Petros tortured Count Nesca.
Kind of fucked up.
He did what he had to do to protect
Like his boy.
yeah.
Well, this is in relation to the earlier entries, like the older ones, talking about Clover's Crossing and stuff. Obviously, the snipers are Nesca's talons, just in case you guys didn't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was one of the instigators of essentially World War I in the country, and he's like not allowed to govern and not allowed to leave his territory, but he still runs the show over there, basically. Like he's on like house arrest and still has a lot of pull. So obviously that would make him a suspect in the Clover's Crossing thing, because some dudes from his cult were there.
They're kind of just like hired guns then, in a sense.
It would seem like that.
So
And
those
they're acting on their own volition.
Yeah. Or someone.
those were the
who's
people with
emulating the masks.
those were the people with the mask, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we should get ready to go to the old friend's grave.
Let's go visit Petros.
I'll disguise before leaving.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and disguise as well.
Okay.
I just want to look like a common town folk.
All right. Got some like dirt in your hair, so it's less blonde, a little bit less lustrous. Kind of pad up your clothes a little bit so you look thicker.
Yeah.
In the right way. It's not like built, but
fat.
Yeah. The way that farmers can be fat. Moving through. Okay. Alafair,
strong fat.
However you
I'm attempting to look like a groundskeeper. Like someone, or like just someone that has an occupation that would be out this late at night, you know?
You know, like try to emulate the grave diggers you saw at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. It is, you know, it's like a mile or two away. Are you guys trying to be like unseen on your way there, or?
I definitely am. I'm taking alleys, shadows, like waving people on across the street.
I also want to grab some flowers on the way there. So, like, if anybody comes, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm visiting a loved one.
Smart. All right.
As we're digging up the body.
All right, Alafair,
no, I really wanted to visit him.
Yeah, Alafair, you go ahead and roll stealth then. Okay. Valan, go ahead and roll to aid. +2 for grabbing the flowers.
Okay.
Let's just add 2 to this.
Alright. Gives you guys an 18. What's Dhampir doing? Is he kind of like taking the long way independent of you guys, or?
I would say Darakb kind of knows that we're like trying to be sneaky and sneaking around, and he's like flying above us, but like kind of like outside, not directly above us, you know, like to our sides.
I think there is 0 chance somebody would spot him if he wanted to not be seen.
Yeah,
basically.
So he's
stupid high his stealth is, so.
He's in the sky, kind of making sure that nobody's coming, and if somebody is coming, he wants to let us know.
Okay. All right. So you guys set out at about 2. Say it takes you about 30 minutes to get there stealthily. Roll perception. Just Alafair.
Everybody?
No, just Alafair. Okay. You're line leader on this one.
Not great. Alafair's rolling perception.
It's something. The crazy thing is I get a +7 now.
No. As far as you guys are aware, you're
great.
Pretty much unseen. So let us go to the Restlands. Alright, so there's a sort of addendum here I meant to say is Chandra earlier, but I didn't. That obviously those zombies had to come from somewhere. So you guys want to maybe investigate that too, since you're all 4 here. You can kind of like
see if there's any exhumed graves.
Yeah, but there's a lot of graves, so it's gonna take some time.
Yeah,
you want to?
I'll start digging.
Who wants to start digging this circled area as Petros' grave?
I'll kind of say that I should dig, just because like of the way I'm disguised, like as an actual, you know, like worker. Like Jared said, he's got like a thing of flowers. Like it almost looks like he's visiting. So if he wants to go and like look at all the other graves, you know, if someone sees, oh yeah, I'm going.
I'll go look around.
Yeah,
I will too. I want to say too, like on our walk, as we were walking, I saw that you guys were disguised. So I'm like, digging dirt and rubbing it on my face. And then like I have like sticks and stuff like sticking out of my clothes. Like almost like I'm like trying to like blend in with the bushes and stuff. Like a homemade ghillie suit.
Nice.
But it looks terrible.
Okay, so are you digging by yourself then, Alafair?
Yeah, and I kind of like tell everyone
John,
that I
hold on a second.
like I said, it looks like I'm, just a worker.
So all you guys except Valan can see in the dark as well. I'd say you could see, but it's somewhat limited visibility, maybe 20, 30 feet for you with low light.
Okay.
And
I have dark vision.
Yeah,
Does
you
that
have
matter?
you can see. Anyone who has dark vision can see perfectly normal. It's just not in color.
Right.
And it's not really like a moon or anything. All right, so the three of you who aren't digging, go ahead, roll perception.
Love you, Jackson.
Got a winner.
Keep saying my name.
All right. Yeah, promise you roll 2. Okay. Widegrowl, you're able to see basically here, and I'll just put dots, hang on. So here, and here are 3 empty holes that have headstones with names on them that are some very old, some somewhat newer, and they're all like loose earth or sort of tumbled,
Like it was recently
disturbed in some fashion.
Okay.
I assume you call the other 3 or the other 2 over.
Guys, this dirt looks fresh.
Let's see if we can get a survival roll out of Crazy Brommus. Stickman.
Anyone seen Brommus? He was just here.
I walk up to him and I have my spyglass on my eye, like I'm looking, and I walk like right in front of his face. I'm like, I'm right here. Oh, that's Darakb now.
Whoa!
That bush is looking at me.
Yeah, as you're like walking forward towards the hole, and they're right behind you, like in step, one to your left, one to your right. You just immediately are like crouch down for a second, and you look, and it's immediately apparent to you. Not only are there no footprints leading to the site, but there are only three pairs, and not from each grave, but 3 in total, leading away. But there aren't shovel marks, there aren't indication of broken earth from the outside. It came from underneath, like they dug themselves out.
Is some kind of magic, something going on here. Do you guys see? There's no footprints coming in, only footprints going out, almost like they dug themselves out.
And it's not for lack of you. I mean, you're like looking at the ground, looking to see if someone tried to cover their tracks or something. And it wouldn't be possible for someone with your level of expertise to be fooled like that.
Huh. So they
Zombies
just...
They
So
don't just
someone-
get up and walk out.
Someone resurrected them.
Something.
So they were either flying or they cover their tracks, or they're under the ground.
Can
Or some kind of
can I
magic
dig
involved.
into their holes?
Absolutely. Make a sanity check and then proceed.
God damn it.
I think that's under your current one, right?
86 is
Yeah,
my
you're
current.
good. So okay.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Sure.
The lower it gets, the harder.
You're grossed out for sure, but like, oh god. How are you
It's
going
all
about
over
it?
again.
Are you like trying to just like quickly like dig your way through this churned earth, or are you like trying to like poke your way through with the shovel?
I'm kind
methodically?
of like poking my way through. Or no, I just go at it because I know they're not in there. So
Yeah, other than 3 broken caskets, again from the inside, like the timbers are like busted inward, like something. And in one of the holes, you can clearly see like claw marks or like scrape marks going up the sides of the hole. Vines that were like tugged out of the way, that are partially like pulled down, that were impacted in the earth, but they're empty otherwise.
Oh, at least we know where they came from.
can I roll perception, see if I see any symbols or anything?
Nice thought.
God, there's a giant spider.
I was like, what?
Not on your
Color.
A giant
Yeah.
spider crawls out of the grave.
Boss fight.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It
brother.
sucks you into the hole where the spider lair was.
Focus.
Uh,
Oh.
nice one.
Holy shit! It started walking down my monitor. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
All right, sorry about that. Sorry to freak you out, John. I didn't mean to go there.
I thought he was gonna be like, "Holy shit! There's a symbol of such and such."
There is a small spiral of pharasma on the inside of each coffin, but that may just be an affectation, like a local thing that the coffin makers do. There is no runes, no sigils, nothing you would recognize out of the ordinary. You can maybe try to have Valan detect magic, but probably not going to find anything out of the blue here, other than the fact
Okay.
that three corpses dug themselves out of and walked out of their own graves.
What do their gravestones say?
Jimmy, Timmy, and Kimmy.
Nothing of importance.
The DM did not prepare that information. But no.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
They're
there's
they're
nothing
all.
leading.
One of them is a century old. One is from 30 years ago. One is from 10 years ago. Just seems random.
Nothing leading. Okay.
No, nothing like that. They're just locals.
I'll cast detect magic.
Okay. It's quiet. Other than the things on your person that light up like flares in your mind's eye. But beyond that, nothing.
All right, should we go check on
Yeah,
Alafair?
let's go check on Alafair.
Yeah, as this is going on,
Bailey's kicking in.
how was that experience for you, Alafair? What were you thinking as you're digging up Petros? The whole process, this whole entire thing is going to take about an hour.
I'm more worried about not getting caught. I'm kind of like, as I'm around. I've been around a graveyard or two. I feel like I've exhumed a body before, sure.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not troubling me too much. But I mean, do I get to him? Do I get like that nice like?
Yeah, you get that. You hit about 6 foot mark and like. Here we go.
Yeah. Well.
And you need Widegrowl to come look out.
Before the others, like, yeah, I was gonna. Can I like dust it off and like open it, or like?
Oh yeah.
I'll kind of like look around, and do I see anybody?
Make a perception check. Just 3 of them making their way back to you. Quietly. Not quite as stealthy as they think they are, but still quiet. Definitely not trying to attract attention or anything. You'd have to know they were there.
Well, I'll like dip my head back down in the hole and I'll open his carcass.
Excellent. In his somewhat iconic green and gold garb, you see the body of your friend and one-time mentor, Petros Lorrimor.
He's dead. He is dead.
Although undeniably him, from his bearing to his posture to a signet ring on his pinky, his face is completely caved in. Like so.
What? No.
I immediately look away.
I don't think you guys are there yet.
Oh.
Right?
I mean, they're like probably just getting there.
Oh, that's why I was trying to keep everybody from having to see it if they didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
You know the drill, boys.
1d100 now. I tried to protect everybody. That's what I get.
Are
That'd be a fail.
you
That'd be a
kidding me
fail for Brommy boy.
right now? Are you fucking kidding me? It's back to backs, dude.
Wow, it's a fail for me too.
Okay.
Fuck.
I just puke again.
Widegrowl, you squeaked by what, 2? What's yours, 86?
Yeah, 86.
Holy shit.
So I have to roll
You have to
lower,
roll at or lower.
and I'm good.
Yeah, and you're...
Okay.
Well, depending.
Okay.
Sometimes it just means you take less.
Okay.
But I'll let you know. And then, of course, just to rehash the rules, essentially, is that you have a threshold. So, currently, it's 12. If you lose that much in a single session of play, then you have to roll to see what kind of mania you develop, or phobia. And or go temporarily insane, and stuff can happen. And then the threshold gets smaller and smaller the less sanity you have, because it's like a percentage. So the lower the number, the worse it did. Like, you know, once you get down to like the 40s and the 30s, it starts getting really scary, because if you start losing like 6 a roll, it gets really bad really fast. Or potentially really good. I mean, listen, sometimes when you're surrounded by eldritch monstrosities, you want a guy who is like, it's like, who becomes a pyromaniac, because his solution is going to get you out of there.
Yeah.
So if you lose the sanity check, how much does it go down by?
It depends. It's based on the event, the importance of the event, what you see, certain factors. There'll be ways to get it back, obviously. We'll get there when we get there, but...
Chase is about to roll a dice to tell me how much I lose.
That would be 4 points for Valan and for Brommus.
Damn.
Not looking good for me, boys.
If you would kindly mark that on your sheets now. Adjust the total to the proper...
So can I investigate his body?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I want to check if anything looks off about the story, if there's any markings on his body that don't indicate that a stone just fell on his face. I want to look at, you know...
First things first. Let's have everyone who's got Arcana go ahead and roll it.
A natural 1.
You're just like, it's still hard to look at, even though you're steeled against this kind of stuff. The 3 of you, though, you know right away, there's not a fucking chance speak with dead would work. There's no organs with which to speak.
Which could be purposely.
Very true. As far as the rest, we have, if you don't have survival as a class skill, roll heal. If you do have survival, roll survival. Brommus the cop, right away. You think back to when you first heard about the circumstances surrounding his death and the official report from what the locals, not out of malice, but just inexperience, ruled it as misadventure. If he was climbing up, the stone would have impacted here. Instead, based on the valley of what's left of his skull, it was here. He had to be lying on his back.
Someone executed our boy.
That may well be Brommus's conclusion. Widegrowl, I'd say you're quick to pick up on it too.
I describe it to him kind of like laying out a crime scene to him. Like they said before, that he was hit from a falling rock. But if a rock was falling, it would have hit him on top of the head, not in front of the face. Like this to me, this is not misadventure. There's more to be discovered.
I think we should start with Harrowstone.
We need to go to the crime scene.
Yeah.
Where's the crime scene in relation to the prison?
It's on the grounds. I don't want to show you the map till you guys actually go there.
But it's on the grounds of the prison?
It's at Harrowstone itself.
Yeah.
Is there anything to be seen here? Does anybody want to investigate this more? Look into it?
No, I'm about to throw up.
I think we should say our last words to Petros and put him back in the ground. And I give him before we put him back. I give him my old pipe we smoked out of a couple times. My old wooden pipe. And I put it in his coffin with him.
Everybody, go ahead and roll perception.
Oh boy. Should Darakb roll perception?
Oh yeah. Oh,
You guys see 12 zombies coming here, correct?
look at these rolls. Not 12 zombies. You see Darakb immediately take off from his perch into the blackness. And as you scan and get your bearings, you hear it before you see it. The rattling, the jingling. As 4 skeletons approach from various angles. One coming this way, one coming this way, one coming this way, and one coming that way.
Huh.
Roll,
A lot of ways.
roll, Ricka, roll, Ricka, roll.
Do we have something to click so we can?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't click myself before I did it. Oops,
Oh.
guess I have to reroll initiative.
Yep.
My new doesn't even show me.
Hang on, I gotta put you guys' tokens up first.
Yeah,
Oh,
give him a second.
oh okay.
I just got to reroll again.
I guess I just have to reroll again. Oh, darn it. Not that. They're so good.
Put yourselves where you're at first before I do anything else.
I think here's good. Are we all
we're
just
around
kind of like
Petros'
surrounding
grave.
him
Yeah.
with our heads down, and we notice this?
Where does Darakb? I'll
That's
say
up-
he's like back here. or
That's up to
something.
you. Yeah, put him where you want to put. Wherever he would take off to get like a better vantage, and he's got so much move speed. I'm sure he'd be back. You know.
Or then maybe put him right here.
Yes.
Maybe we'll just put him. Maybe we'll just put him. You know, like right here or something.
Just put him a little here.
No,
Put him right there.
we'll put him over here.
All right. Sorry.
I have to roll initiative.
Are we doing the thing where me and Brommus share initiative?
Yes. Yeah, you guys are gonna share this turn.
Okay.
Or not this turn. This combat rather. Okay.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20 that time.
Are skeletons considered undead?
Yes, they are. Yeah, you just share Drakb's initiative, Brommus. Okay, and I kind of poorly explained this in DM to John. So I was mistaken again. There's so many goddamn rules, it's not even funny. In
Why
combat,
don't you have them all memorized?
whether you're aware of your opponents or not, before your first turn, before you act for the first time, you're considered flat-footed. So that means is you can't make attacks of opportunity. You lose your dex bonus to AC, so you use the flat-footed AC that's on your sheet. So do the opponents. Unless you're John. John, I mistakenly said he can't be surprised. That's not true. He can't be caught flat-footed. That's not the same thing.
So
you-
I just don't lose the dex.
Correct. And you can take attack of opportunities as normal, and some other stuff that doesn't really apply this combat. So
Okay.
you guys were aware of all of them because of perception rolls and stuff. So it's not a surprise round. It's just like bona fide. It's combat.
Okay.
It's
But-
combat.
So
So-
you would
so if-
have to succeed the perception check
Correct.
to not be, or to
And you were in
Okay.
part aided by Darakb when he just was like,
Okay.
it's fucking go time. He doesn't just do that. You know what I mean? We're kind of hand waving and assuming, but you guys have some basic maneuvers and stuff with him that, like, obviously he's got ways of signaling danger and
Spent enough
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Spent enough time with Darakb that you guys recognize that when he fucking does something,
Yeah.
that it means danger. Eyes open.
Okay, so this one's up first, and he is going to run right up to Alafair. Forgive me, the grid's not aligned right with the map on this one, but we'll do the best we can. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take a swing. It's got like a busted up sword. It's all rusty and gross, shitty, broken to time.
Oh, great.
Misses, and that's going to be his turn. Next up is this one. Let's see what we got here. Say, we'll just say every square is 5 foot still. Don't ignore the map part of it. Here, let me just.
They just need to snap themselves into squares.
Yeah, let me just.
Like move your guys into a square. Move yourself into a square.
That doesn't. I can't see shit. It's the map is hidden, right? You guys see a grid?
Yeah.
All right. Good enough. I can't see it. It's all whited out on my screen because it's like transparent, but. 4. Okay, so this one's gonna attempt to swing at Widegrowl. Oh. Well, it doesn't crit.
Ow.
So he hits you for 1 damage.
Ow.
And like it sort of marches up to you quickly, like, and like catches you just with this broken tip, like. Just you hear the rattling of bones and nothing else, the clinking of teeth. And you're up.
That really pissed me off. I'm gonna blood rage.
Oh yeah.
Which guy was it? This guy?
The one to your right. Yeah.
And I'm gonna Hellfire. Oh shit! I didn't have my weapon out.
Well, you still have the gauntlets on. You want to Hellfire punch him?
Yeah, Hellfire punch him.
All right. Don't think that's gonna hit. No, it is not. It's just like, and it just with surprising agility is like.
Okay, and since I didn't move, could I pull out my sword?
You can, but that provokes. If you want to do that safely, take a 5-foot step, and then draw.
Okay.
But him moving 5 feet doesn't provoke?
No. That's a separate, like a bonus action.
Okay.
That
Okay.
anyone can do that does not provoke. Period.
Okay.
And you can do it before you move, after you move, or if you don't move. It's not the same as a move action.
Okay, it's just a free 5-foot.
Yeah. A pretty important part of how combat functions.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, and then... Yep.
Alafair?
Alright. So I see this fucking bastard take a swing at me. I'm like, and jump out of the way. I can draw an attack in the same turn as I don't move, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I'm like ducking out of the way of his sword, I'll like draw from my cloak and this.
That will provoke though. Too.
From him?
Since you're threatened, yes.
I see. That's fine. Run it.
Okay. That's fine.
Like I said, I'm kind of pissed off too.
Yeah, as you're like, he catches you kind of across the arm. You're like, oh, fuck. Pull the dagger out. Go ahead and roll 1d6. Since you're staring. Okay.
Damn. So anytime he gets a successful attack?
He has to hit he didn't actually hit with a 10.
Okay.
I saw the green 6 and I got excited. I was like, oh.
I was like,
yeah, the scare is dirty.
God, if looks could kill.
Yeah, it has to be on hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
I just miss, huh?
Yeah.
That looks stupid.
Unfortunately. You could also take a 5-foot step and not provoke.
I'll just kind of move like into the middle of everybody.
Alright.
Back up.
Of note, if you have Illusion of Calm on, you would not have provoked for drawing.
Gotcha.
If that works. But you would have the act of trying to cast Illusion of Calm would have provoked too. So it's
right. And then I wouldn't have been able to attack and cast.
Right.
And pull my weapon out, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. The return of the murder bird. It's time.
Alright. See if I can get this going right. So
you choose of the two of you who you want to do first, but it's the same turn. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm gonna go first, Brommus.
Alright.
And can I draw my bow and cast Aspect of the Owl?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna draw my bow, cast Aspect of the Owl.
If it's a buff, turn the buff on. If not, might not be, but we'll just effectively just means you get +1 to hit, plus the crit multiplier change.
So it's a buff.
I may not have said it.
Aha, you sure did, Chase.
The perception check part of it is not set up, but I'm pretty sure the Are there aspects of the owl attacks on your sheet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, use those instead because they have the different crit multipliers.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be the point blank shot one if they're that close.
All right. So, but I'm not gonna be able to attack in this turn, right?
Correct.
I've used my action.
Yeah.
Can I move?
The drawing of the weapon would be your other standard action. You can still 5 foot step.
That's perfect. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I understand everything properly. So I'm done on him. I'm gonna have Darakb move behind this skeleton. Attack.
All right.
Murder bird.
Oh. Fuck. It sucks you're not flanking because we get to use the outflank.
That doesn't make it flanking? That I'm across, that he's directly across?
Has to be diagonal.
That's lame. But that's okay.
It is unfortunate, but
that was my intention of that movement, but
I see. If you want, I'm fine with saying you took a 5 foot step to where Alafair is. That's up to you. Well, that wouldn't work. You'd have to be that. Draco would have to
it's okay. I can make it right next turn or something.
Okay. Fair enough.
I get it.
Yeah, it takes 6 points of damage. Which one is that?
Draco like closed fist punches the skeleton. He's boxing.
Did the crit confirm?
It did, yes.
Wouldn't that be 7 points of damage then? 4 plus 3?
It's 4 plus 2. That's not 1 plus 2. That's the 1 is the damage. He rolled minimal both times, yeah.
Oh, it's total 2, okay. I thought it was you added them together for some reason.
That'll be it for you guys. Bounce to the skeleton to the left over here, who is going to see 2, 3. Just going to run over and try to take a swing at Valan with its creepy clawed hands.
Oh, it hits.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Damn.
10 damage?
That'll be his turn.
So 10 damage?
Yep. And you're up.
I'm gonna cast shield.
Alright, that provokes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, unless... one second. There is an option called cast defensively, where you make the concentration check you're gonna have to make anyway, but instead of DC 11, it's DC 17. It's up to you, but you lose the spell if you fail.
But does he provoke if he does it defensively? If he fails?
You could avoid the whole situation if you 5 foot step and then cast defense and then cast regularly. You're not threatened.
All right, well then I'll step
over
here.
That's probably the smarter move.
I'll step over here and cast shield.
Okay, so you have to not be touching it.
Not be touching it at all?
Yeah.
Come stand with me on my square.
Yeah.
Cast shield.
Okay.
And then
holding him by his hips.
Can I draw my weapon and cast Arcane Pool at the same time?
You'd be able to cast Arcane Pool. You could draw the weapon too. That's a move action. That'd be your whole turn.
All right, that's my whole turn.
Okay. And you turn the shield buff on?
Yeah, the shield's on.
All right. Right on. Back to the top of the round. So the one that initially swung at Alafair is going to basically attempt the same thing.
Great.
To almost mindlessly pursue his quarry. He's going to try to take a swing.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, trash, dog shit, dog water.
Skelly boy, little shitter.
Literally.
It's gonna like stumble because it doesn't have meat. It's just animated bones. It's like a little wobbly and uncertain. It swings past. Like one of its boots is a little too heavy, so it's lopsided. We'll go to the next one, who is essentially it's gonna go after the one who tried to hit it with a flaming fist. Swings claws.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah, that hits.
God damn.
9 damage.
That's 9 damage.
How much health are you at, Juan?
11.
Okay. Valen?
3.
3?
Yeah.
He rolled pretty
Okay,
low on
alright,
his scon roll. For,
I got you.
It's a good thing he rested.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart.
I would have been dead.
Uh-huh. That'll be that one's turn. We're back to Widegrowl.
Alright. Oh, I never turned on the Blood Rage buff.
Oh. Hold your horses then, 1 second. That would add,
What a turb.
3 to strength? It still wouldn't have hit, but do that anyway. Turn it on, you get your temp HP and all that stuff that goes with it.
Alright, then I am going to use my longsword. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Holy shit.
On this little guy right here. Goodbye.
See you later.
Yes.
Bye. Nice to see ya.
Which one? Pick it again.
Oh wait. Let me go after this dude that's going after
Alafair?
Alafair right
Oh, yeah.
here.
Holy shit.
How do you do it? Jesus Christ, he's back, boys.
I take out my sword's out. I take my hand. I just it's flames all up the sword. I just fucking right in half.
Nice. Just collapses.
See Valen do that?
This one's for Petros.
If I wanted to be really evil, I'd say the map's still there. And when Valen backed up, he fell into the grave hole. But I'm not going to do that.
Well, I think technically...
I'm assuming you guys are like on the street in front of it. You know what I mean?
I think technically...
or Brommus will fill in or something.
Alafair is the one that's in the grave right now.
In the hole itself, yeah. But
Yeah.
I said you guys were like on the street itself in front of it. Like, all right. You want to do anything else, John?
So that guy's dead, right?
It's dead.
You have 3. Could I use my potion that's loaded in my
Yes. Interesting.
sheath?
So this is why I had you call this, because if it was on your belt, drawing it would provoke and cost your move action. But since it's a swift for being in the wrist thing, you can pop it and knock it back without provoking and in it as a swift.
It's almost like a bonus action.
The swift action is bonus action. When D&D switched from 4th to 5th edition, they copyrighted bonus action. So, or when they switched to 4th, I think it might have been. So yeah, go ahead and roll 1d8 if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Mark, you ditch the potion. Who took the potion of cure moderates? There were 2 of them in the trunk.
Wasn't me.
I did
I
not.
think we left him.
Okay, so they're still there.
Yeah.
One's better than none, baby. You're like just trying to not get hit. You're like, and it spills out. Like most of it's gone. All right. Alafair.
How much health do you have again, John? 10?
I got 12 now.
Okay. Valen's almost dead.
Valen's almost there. We gotta.
I have
you
one
got-
of the things loaded in my thing though.
You got 12 with the temp HP on?
So I guess
Technically, that'd be
I got
15,
4
wouldn't
temp.
it? Oh, 4. Okay, so 16.
4 temp. 16.
Couple of regiments. Yeah. Or they get used up.
Yeah, I'll just kind of see Valen down and that he's hurting, and I'll cast Murderous Command on. Or does that not work because they're undead?
Yeah, I think you know that wouldn't work because they're mindless undead.
Yeah. Well,
At level 3, you're going to get a thing that lets you do that, but not yet.
I'll just run and attack him. Protect my boy.
Okay.
Stare right into his dead eyes.
As you're exiting a threatened square, that would provoke from this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let it rip.
he'll claw McGee.
Huh.
He said, "Let it rip."
10-pointer. All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
Gotta help my boy. Oh, and a d6?
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
How you do it?
I see him walking towards him, like, ah! And tackle him, like, with my dagger out, and, like, bring it to the ground.
I imagine the other one, like, hits your back and it makes you, like, stumble to the ground on top of that one. Like, bury the dagger as far in as it goes.
Yeah.
The skeleton falls and like wraps his arms around you like he's hugging you, and you're like,
All right.
As I have a giant gash in my back that I'm bleeding out of.
All right. Bash Brothers.
all right. I don't think I get to take. So,
You'd have to move.
I'll move
there.
I'll move myself so you can move your guy.
you say like right here, and just Darakb has to move too.
Yeah, he'd have to 5-foot step and then attack.
All right, I'm gonna move right here.
Yeah, he
And,
can just pop down that way.
Darakb will 5-foot step, and I'm gonna attack. Point blank shot.
That's 9 and 4 plus. So what? That's 13. Nope, that doesn't hit, unfortunately.
It's without flank, you're saying? Oh yeah, not Darakb.
18 is gonna hit, and second one is not gonna hit. So you do 1 point of damage to it.
All right, and that will. That'll end my turn.
Balin?
So I have a potion loaded in my thing, so I'm gonna roll the 1d8.
Okay.
You wrap your lips around that thing.
What the hell?
So that puts me at an 11. I'm gonna take my free moves right here. That guy's flanked now, and I'm gonna hit him with a.
Technically, he's not flanked. I'm gonna have to be here for it to be flanked. It has to be able to make a diagonal line between you and the target.
Gotcha. Okay.
Outside of some special feats, there's stuff that Brommus and Draco can do later, where it just has to be adjacent, or even just him being next to him at all counts.
Okay. And then I'm going to corrosive touch him with the on how do I do the spell? Can I like
You wanna spell strike and spell combat him?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just rule it as follows first.
I have the shocking grasp set up like that. I can do that.
Yeah, I didn't do it with the corrosive touch yet, unless maybe well, hang on. Let's see first. Pathfinder. Okay. On your spell sheet, we'll say that before you took the 5-foot step, you drank the potion as a swift action because it's in the wrist, and then as a full round action, you can still 5-foot step during that. You're gonna do spell combat, and you're gonna happen to spell strike. That's just like a feat. That's not an action. That's something you can just do. Okay. So click the corrosive touch spell, which is set up as a touch attack. I'll put it on your main bar later too.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Okay.
It's just that's 11 versus touch. We'll come back to that in a second. You get a free touch attack as part of casting a touch spell, independent of spell combat. So go ahead and make that touch attack first. We did. See if an 11 hits his touch. It does not. Now you get to make a weapon attack at -2. And if it hits, you get to discharge the corrosive splash, or whatever it's called, corrosive touch, on the sword. And you get to roll damage for that. So let's do that first. Just go ahead.
The longsword spell combat one?
Yes.
Okay.
Couple things gonna happen. I mean, you outright kill it with just the sword strike, but for flavor, for fun, let's see how far we can take this. Say you're so mad that you just like channel this corrosive acid strike through the blade. Click the spell again, just to see what it rolls for damage. Yeah, so fucking A, man. 23 points of damage, +1 for acid. I mean, it's dead. Had you confirmed the crit, the acid splash damage would double as well. Or not acid, but the corrosive touch damage would double as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
welcome to the Magus show, boys.
So that could have been 31 damage if both would have crit.
Yeah, and that was a pretty low roll. Long strike too. Longsword strike rather.
So I just
and you have pool on, didn't you? Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah, I step forward and I just slash straight down on him. Like I'm like as it's coming down, I'm wiping the corrosive touch onto the sword, and I'm coming down, and I just straight from the top of his skull down, bisect him in half, and you just see like that. You see like at first it's just a straight line, and it just looks like bubbling acid, and then he just falls apart like this, and just melts into like a bone goo.
Hell yeah. It's deader than a motherfucker. Okay. Final one is up. And it's going to try to take a swing at the bird, because it's all it can swing at.
Idiot.
Idiot, stupid. Dumbass skeleton. Oh, and it's going to whiff. Alright, back to Widegrowl.
Oh. Alright. So to flank, I would have to be there?
Yeah, you'd have to be on that diagonal.
Alright, I'm gonna move over to here.
Yeah.
And then hit this dude with another longsword. Wait, how many Hellfires do I get?
I think you have 4 a day. You get 3 + 1 for... You got an extra one for 0.
Okay, yeah. Hellfire him.
Normally no. But with the +2. Take us home. One Punch Man. One cut.
Oh,
man.
is he dead?
He's dead, son.
Alright. Is he facing away from me?
Yeah.
Or
His back.
okay.
See, it just like was like.
I see Darakb just going at him, and I'm like, take my sword, upside down, stab him right down the spine.
Nice.
Ooh.
Like execution style.
The little vertebrae like all fall down, like drop off the blade. It just collapses into a little puddle. All right, well done, boys. Dead little skeletons. Let me get the map back for you.
I just saw your DM chase on that. At least it's not in my gear.
You bought one.
That's what. Now that you said that, though, I do remember that. That's why I went through it.
Can we loot the skeletons real quick? See if they have anything.
Other than rusted swords, the two of them have. Huh,
They have bones.
What did I do with it? I'll put it on for next time. Like, I think
Okay.
It's like the better holy water, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I cast read magic. That doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Never
anything. But they're just inanimate piles of bones at this point. Do you guys? I mean, you guys are standing around an open grave site in the middle of this cemetery. It's possible some people might have heard or anything. Do you want to attempt to clean up the crime scene, or?
Yeah, let's cover Petros back
fill in
up.
the grave.
Do the rest of you guys want to try to look for where these guys might have come from?
Yeah, because the last ones came from the same area.
Yeah, I'd say logic dictates they probably came from nearby, so you guys could like find the places they emerged from. Again, pretty similar situation as before.
I'll start shoveling and covering Petros's grave back up.
I'm picking up all the bones, and unfortunately, circumstances call for us to put the bones into his grave with him.
Oh fuck! I didn't think about that either. That's smart.
I mean, bones in a graveyard don't seem too suspicious.
Yeah, whole skeletons just laying out. Yeah, when they find that tomorrow, they're not going to do anything about that.
Cut in half with
scorch
with marks and acid, and yeah. Okay.
I'm putting all the bones into the grave on top of his casket. Petros, I know that Petros would understand.
Of course, duty always. So as you pat the last mound of dirt on top of the grave and chuck the shovel, all 5 of you hear the noise of horses from this direction and this direction. Roll perception, everybody.
God damn it.
Valan, your roll is -4 for the light vision. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. What?
24.
What the fuck? Alright, all 5 of you see two of the deputies coming to investigate the commotion from outside the Restlands. Like on horseback, like coming towards the area. Obviously, it's not like you guys have torches out or anything, but...
Do they see us?
Not yet.
Are there like trees and stuff around us?
Nope.
Like, is it like, I mean, is it just like an open?
It's pretty open for the most part. I mean, there's headstones and such.
Can we jump this wall and hide behind this wall?
Yeah, think you have time? Make an acrobatics check.
I think so. I was already on the wall, so.
I imagine you're like perched up there shooting, and you just let yourself fall for the back.
I'm gonna stay here. I still have my flowers, and I'm gonna stay here and put the flowers on the grave.
All right.
As I see everybody scattering, I'm just gonna like look and cast obscuring mist.
And I'm sitting there.
God.
Your just little legs are kicking as he's trying to hop the fence. Like,
Widegrowl, push me. Give me a bump. Give me a bump.
Are you whispering or are you
I'm whispering.
All right.
Push, come on.
I'm down on my knees in the pray like thing, and I have the flowers right next to me.
I mean,
And
he just cast Obscuring Mist next to you as that's happening. So if these people show up, you're gonna have to try to explain that.
Well, I'm running then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's
I cast Obscuring Mist to, like, as I see everyone start to bolt, and just make it look like there's like a heavy fog like over this area, you know.
Was the grave
So it's
filled
like
in?
3 in the morning.
Yeah, you guys filled it. You finished filling it in.
Okay.
But also,
we were
it's
patting
very
down.
recently, like. I mean, I guess he was recently buried too, so.
Yeah, it was only the day before, so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just cast Obscuring Mist and start to run towards the wall also.
Did I pass a DC to
Yeah.
push?
It's DC 10
Okay.
for the strength check.
Alright, I guess.
Pick Brommus up by his butt and hoist him up.
All right, and what's his name? Draco just goes into the sky.
Yeah, he just takes off. No one can see him coming.
I guess I'm gonna try the acrobatics check to jump the wall too.
Okay. Oof.
I'm like on the other side, like jumping up, trying to grab his hand.
Yeah, Alafair, let's see if you make it first before we do anything.
Can I roll Escape Artist?
Yeah, you can try that. Parkour the fence. Alright, you try to turn around and reach for him.
Yeah.
Alright, re-roll it, Valan. That's a lot better.
Oh.
Yeah, I imagine I like backflip and I like grab his arm and like ugh, like, wall, you know, like some crazy fucking action cop bullshit, you know, Born
We're all over
Identity
the wall
shit.
now.
Yeah, you guys are all over.
Can we peek over the wall and see what they do?
Make a stealth check if you're gonna.
No way.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Alafair, you try.
Yeah, I'll just
I'm leaving Draco out here flying.
Well,
stealth.
we know that they're coming for the commotion. We might as well. There's nothing for us to check into here, I guess. You know.
We just want to make sure they're not messing.
Maybe they'll say who alerted them.
Well, they're on
Maybe
patrol.
we were-
They have to like patrol. They heard clanging of metal and.
Yeah.
You know, some people might have seen lights from when the corrosive spell was cast, or when the John's sword caught on fire a couple of times.
Great. I mean, we don't want to leave until they leave, right?
Well, there's nothing for them to find, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'll just stealth and like watch him and wait for him to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You could.
He just did.
Oh yeah. So they're like, what the hell? What the? You saw that, right? I saw that. What the hell was that? Swamp gas. Bullshit. Have you noticed there's no swamp? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Wanna go to the demon and get some drinks? Not off for another hour. Who's gonna know? Fuck it. Alright. Oops. Man. They just like kind of fuck off back to town.
Alright. Well,
Oh, I gotta stop there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll call it for the night.
hell yeah.
Alright.
All right, boys.
Fuck